What's up, everybody? We'd like to welcome you to another episode of Only Pod Can Judge Me. I'm your host, D. King, and I got my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
And my guy to the right.
Wayne D. the Barber, Wayne D253, your boy Wayne.
We got some interesting topics in here tonight, fellas, man. I'm excited to be here, man. How y'all feeling today, RK?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, what about you, Dwayne?
Come on, man. I'm always blessed, you know.
Okay, blessed beyond measures.
Hey, blessed beyond measures. Just here for another Only Pod Can Judge Me episode. We here, baby.
Man, special love and shout out to everybody that's tuning into this, man. We appreciate you guys. Like, share. We're going to get started. We got our first topic of discussion today. We are going to talk about Bronny James committing to USC. Whoever wants to take the floor first, go ahead and give me your perspective.
Before we get started here, we want y'all to like, share, subscribe, all our viewers out there. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, give us some thumbs up, send them to your friends, give us a shout out. Let us know what y'all think of it.
Back to the discussion.
Bronny
James.
Bronny James.
USC commit. Talk to me, y'all.
Man, I think that's real big. I thought for sure earlier in the season, Bronny had committed to Ohio. Well, not committed. He had pictures of him dressed up in Ohio State, so I thought for sure he was going to follow in his dad's footsteps by staying in the state of Ohio. But I think that's good that he ended up going to USC. I thought that was definitely what's up. I think his dad being around, being able to come to more games just because he's at USC. USC is a big name. Who's the coach there right now?
Do they have a squad?
Andy Enfield.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Isaiah Collier, the number one player in the country.
Yeah, they do.
Committed there out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, Bronny's not number one?
No, he's not number one. He's top 20, though.
Yeah, he's top 20.
He's top 20. Top 20.
No shade.
No, a little bit of shade.
He ain't number one.
Right.
But I mean, he get number one money, though, right? NIL.
No, he's definitely number one in NIL for sure.
Right.
So I'm like, he ain't number one, huh?
No,
he ain't got to be number one to get that NIL money. That's what the good thing about this college. Look,
Right.
But I think that's definitely big for him to be going to USC, going to be closer for him, around family, and so I think that's what's up. Dad gonna be able to be there more often. I think he's gonna be one and done. We'll see what Dad can pull.
We're going to talk about that a little bit, too. Let me get your perspective,
R to the
okay?
K.
I mean, I really don't have much of a perspective on it. I mean, I haven't seen the last time USC won the Final Four or anything. So I just see him going to that school is cool. He's close to home. I really would like to have seen him become a Buckeye or something and really get away from home and try to do it on his own. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Plus, I heard that his little brother's really the one. So I don't know.
Sounds like a little bit of shade still. It may not be, but I will say I think Bronny has carried himself really well with the fact of his image, his persona, all of that based off who his dad is. It can mean a lot of times when you have players of that magnitude, they kind of have a cocky air. He's very down to earth and people can reach him. He's really a kid. So LeBron has done a good job with his children to let things be kind of normal and natural. And Bronny actually got game.
Ronnie's coming
You know
along.
what I'm saying? He actually got game.
And that's the other thing about it, man. It does feel kind of weird even talking about him because he is a kid. You know what I mean? But then we also talk about these other high school, college kids and talk about their talent levels and things. So I guess he's fair game. But him being a kid of a star, kind of feels like he should be off limits to a certain degree. But when you get inside this public space, you start committing to these colleges and you're gonna play these professional or semi-pro sports. I guess he is fair game.
I think he's taking a big step from when he first came onto the scene. When we seen him at Sierra Canyon when he was I think a freshman or eighth grader. When he seen him when he was with Zaire and everybody else that was on the team, like he was just just a 10th option. He was on the end of the bench. He was only coming in and playing sparely minutes. But I've seen this game grow in the last 6 to 8 months. I think since he played overseas when they played that France team. I've seen this game grow. Like he's more aggressive. His athletic ability is just sky's the limit. And I just think, man, we'll see what he do.
What do you rate him as? Because I asked the question because I'm thinking about Lonzo Ball's youngest brother. He came into because all that time he spent overseas, he came into the league hooping. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Bronny's gonna be like that, or what do you see him coming in like?
That's a question for Dwayne, or
I guess it's a general question.
Okay,
for either one of you.
You want to answer it?
Yeah, either one from me. LaMelo was something. LaMelo was also when he went overseas. LaMelo was only like 6'4" when he went overseas, and then when he came back, he was like 6'10". So it was like we didn't even think this. He just grew 5 inches when he was over there. That's why his game elevated to where he was at. I just think Bronny has the ability to I think Bronny has the ability to become that same thing. But the only thing is I think Bronny might have to get 2 to 3 more inches for his game to really take
How
off.
tall is Bronny? 6'4"?
Bronny's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4".
6'3", 6'4". I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a bad height for the pros. I mean,
That's
like
Chris Paul, right?
No, Chris Paul's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, the bottom line is in the NBA, obviously you can't touch. So if you're athletic enough, I mean, Gary Payton, how tall is he?
Junior?
Yeah.
He's probably like 6. He's
Spud
probably
Webb.
like 6'4".
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably like 6'4".
I think Bronny would be fine. I think he can adjust to any situation and atmosphere that he plays in.
I think so.
And then he can strive to. I think he's a lot better than what people give him credit for. It's just so hard to gauge because you're judging him, comparing
Off
him
of his
to
daddy.
his dad,
Right.
Exactly.
which out of high school was considered as the chosen one.
Right.
And so
Right.
it's not a fair assessment because he's not his father.
Right.
And again, he kind of took the road in the map to kind of create his own and go his own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. He's not his dad, right?
No.
Right, he's
You know
not.
that for
No.
sure. But he's making the #1 NIL money, so he gets some of his dad's.
Well,
Yeah,
didn't
so-
nobody say the dad perks don't work? It's
Exactly.
LeBron James.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right,
what
right.
I'm saying
We-
though.
yeah.
So at what point are we supposed to say, "Oh, the dad perks don't count"? And what's
So you got to look at it like this, RK. He's very marketable.
Right.
So everything that his dad has already done with the commercials and stuff, he just adds Bronny to that. Or if he has an endorsement, he could put his son on.
Right,
That's
right.
what's the difference than what BBB did? The Ball brothers' dad.
Agreed.
Well, first
But
he
none of
had
them was-
to create the hype though,
But he was not. He was
and
not.
he got doubted during that process.
But
Agreed, but if he was a
didn't matter.
face, if
Everybody
he was like
followed
a
his footsteps.
Agreed, but if he was like a big figure, like we were saying, like a LeBron,
right.
The person who really need to go look out for is what Tiger Woods' son gonna get, because if he comes out on the scene, what's Tiger Woods' son's name?
I didn't even know Tiger Woods had a son.
No, Tiger Woods has a son that's golfing.
I don't
and
know nothing about him.
He has a son that's golfing.
You know about his son?
Leopard? Yeah.
and his son
Lighters, you know what I'm
and his
saying?
son looks just like his swing looks just like his dad. Like the way he walks, the way he picks up a little tee, the way he just
But is he as
spins
good as his dad?
So the only thing is we don't know. I really don't remember how good his dad was because his dad came out when I was like 15, 16. So I
Yeah,
was
well,
young.
Tiger Woods was the greatest.
Yeah, so he was young. I was
no
young,
doubt.
but I remember young when I was seeing
Right.
him. But this kid, like he could be the face. But I wonder if his dad's gonna be put him on like a Wheaties box or put him on the same thing.
Of course.
and going down the same path.
Doc
as his
Rivers
dad.
kind of showed us that with Austin Rivers. He made sure Austin Rivers got paid,
Taken care of,
regardless of what people thought his talent level was. I mean, what father's not going to do that for their child?
Agreed.
Yeah, that's
What
I mean,
father's
you
not
really
going to do that
should
for
be
their
doing
child?
that. That's what you
And I got to be honest with you. Like if I'm an NBA coach and I'm doing something, then Royal and Sayer, you better believe
Agreed.
they're going to be put on.
Agreed.
Now, if they stick, then that's up to them by their play. But I'm going to make sure that they're put on. Same thing. I know what you're going to do with your
Most
three
definitely.
boys.
Most
Same
definitely.
thing.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna do with your son. So it's inevitable. So LeBron has already got every commercial on lock already. So why not just throw my son in there with the Kia? You know what I'm saying?
agreed.
Or with the shoes and just add him to the commercials, him and his friends at the house while you're battling father time. That was the opening door that you saw, and it was on every single time that everything was played.
That's little Tiger. Hey,
Okay.
walks like his dad, talks like his dad, do everything like his dad. Like he's very, very solid. Oh, you good. But yeah,
That's dope. That's dope. And in the end, I'll say, just as far as this goes, I think Bronny can go as far as he does. I think USC now becomes a contender because now they have one of the best recruiting classes in the country going into next year. And guess what? Those of you that live local here in Washington get a chance to see him, to see him play. And those of you in LA, you know what I'm saying? It's all he's going to be touring on the West Coast, so everybody will get a chance to see him. Yeah. I'm going to try to work my magic to do something to get him up here to the crossover this summer.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So everything is in order.
Yeah.
Like he said, he's going to be staying right here in the West Coast. Why not? I mean, we might as well let him bring his game out to see what he can do, you know?
Yeah. I like to see that in real life. You know what I'm saying?
You want to see it?
I want to see it.
I think the kid can play. I think he doesn't get a fair shake because of who his dad is. And it seems like people give Bryce, because he grew to be from 5'8" to 6'6".
Yeah.
They give him.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
'Cause
He's
No, Bryce is good though.
I never seen him. I never seen either one of them hoop. I think I seen a part of an exhibition game when
Bronny.
Bronny played with Melo's son.
Melo's son's good too.
Melo's son is really good.
Melo's son's good too.
He was on the white belt. He's cooking.
Yeah. But you got to think about it. Bronny was a McDonald's All-American, so that's the best 20 players in the country playing in the game. He's McDonald's.
But I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't see this Bronny being the top 20 player in the nation in the McDonald's in the start of this year. I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Like I said, over the last 6 months,
he grew on you.
He has grown on me. Where he's got a lot smarter. Like even when he's dunking, he can shoot. He got a little shot on him. Like even just his athletic ability is just grown in the last 6 months to me that I've seen this Bronny take off to be the top 20 like all American. McDonald's All-American.
That's going to be tough, though. Those shoes he has to fill, man.
He doesn't have to fill them, though.
He don't.
I mean,
he doesn't have to fill them.
I mean, there's a lot of hype around him coming into the league.
There is, but he got to be able to create.
He's supposed to be coming in as a Laker if LeBron is there.
He got to be able to create his own buzz, though.
Agree, but he only has to only to like the LeBron, like I'm gonna say haters or whatever it may be, the dislikers. It's only them are the only shoes he has to fill because people who just are cool with LeBron, like okay, that's just his son. We know who he is. We know he can't be LeBron, but. You know, he could. I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
Who knows where he could be? But
you just don't know. And where the NBA is going, where you can't touch.
The first time Giannis racks on him, it's gonna be ugly.
Bro,
it's gonna be posted.
Giannis is doing that to everybody.
When he dunks on everybody, and then his dad's going like, "You got your dad. You saved me this time, bro."
But don't get it twisted. Bronny might dunk on somebody too.
Bronny does.
Because he definitely is jumping out the gym. Yeah. Shout out to Bronny James, man. Congratulations, young fella.
Let us know what y'all think about USC, man. Look, he gonna be down here. You know, let us know. I'm gonna definitely be at a game. You gonna go?
Man, I'm definitely gonna support.
Definitely gonna be at a game.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta see. Got to see what it looks like in real life. Yeah. Next subject we talking about, fellas. It is a version of AIs can read minds.
Yeah, that's wild.
This is deep. Who wants to expound on that a little bit?
Man, listen, like we got an episode already just speaking on how far technology has came. I was reminded. I went to Vegas and we went to see The Mentalist at a mind show.
I was there.
I was crazy shocked and. Yeah, he was a mind reader. And so when you came into the studio, you got a piece of paper and then you wrote stuff down on it. And everybody was probably, how many think it was like 80 people in the studio?
It was definitely like 80
so
people.
It was a ton of people in there.
Sure.
So you wrote stuff down on the little paper and put it in a box.
Right.
And everybody went to their seat. And so as the Mentalist is going, like a little part of the segment, he just started calling out like just little stuff on people's cards. And I was one of the dudes that got picked. He was like, bro, who has the initials of D? I'm like, don't pick me. And the whole time we were in this, I'm like, bro, don't pick me because I don't want you to read my card.
Right.
But he picked me. And that's one thing that I'm reminded of. Like, that's crazy that we have computers and technology stuff. It's already picking up in our phones. Like, when we have conversations just sitting here, if we go on our phones and go look at our phones, whatever conversations we have in here, go look at an hour later. You stroll on your timeline, it'll pop up on it. Whether you're talking about shoes, or whether you're talking about girls, or whether you're talking about cities, vacations, whatever you're talking about. Eventually, you go pick up your phone, and them same topics that you've been speaking on is picking up on your phone.
That's because the microphones on them phones, man.
Agree, but I've even what we're speaking on. I've thought about something. Have you ever thought like, oh man, I want a good burger? And then you go on your phone and stroll on it, and then the burger is on your. I'm like, bruh, like,
that's actually scary.
It's crazy to believe that is really happening.
Like enemy of the state is real, right?
Seriously, bro. That's crazy to believe this stuff is happening.
I think I'm crazy, man, but this stuff is getting out of hand, man. I mean, I don't think it's getting out of hand. AI is the wave of the future. It's a big turning point in technology, but we got to be prepared for it. Yeah. And there's going to be some changes, man. I think it's going to be a tidal wave, not just in jobs, man, but it's going to. There's going to be things that is going to allow us to do that's going to make jobs easier. You know what I mean? And especially if you could use AI as a tool, you can combine it with other things so it becomes more predictive. It becomes anticipates our movements more. But at the same time, if we let it get out of hand, man, there's a chance that AI
technology take over us.
We could be working for the computers, man.
Hey, I kid you gentlemen not. The Aloft Hotel, and I said it on another show, the Aloft Hotel in Portland, Oregon, has a machine that looks like R2-D2 that is driving around the parking lot to make sure it's probably about 6'2" is the height, and is scrolling around the whole parking lot, identifying what's what. And it's moving by itself, and is scanning license plates to make sure those people are staying at the hotel. If there's any foul activity, there's a siren that rings, and the people come out to see what's going on. So if it's car thefts any of that. It's happening.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you watch Black Mirror, you see all that stuff that they show on that show.
I tell you, I say, if you see anything on any television show,
It's
I
happening,
promise you,
right.
it's already in play. Like, we just don't see it. It's just not happening with us, but it's something that's already going in play. It's crazy to believe this though, but I think, have you guys heard of this? That the sector of kids that are working nowadays, there's not a lot of kids working, so they're not paying into Social Security. So who knows down the line, if they're not paying into Social Security, how are we supposed to collect it when we retire?
That's
if
real.
no one's paying into it,
That's real.
Because robots or somebody is going to take over eventually,
AI, right.
and no one's going to be paying. And the people who are trying to work, they're like entrepreneurs, whether they're going for plumbing or whether they're going for trade jobs. So they're not paying into Social Security, like if
Right.
you're not paying any taxes.
Right.
So who's going to pay us? Like the Social Security.
Social Security is going
it's
away.
run out, right? It's going to run out.
That's been something that's been
When
talked
we-
about a while ago.
So what do? You come out with a
Oh,
pandemic,
man, you meant
A pandemic.
See?
and
Look,
you get rid of some people.
See?
I agree with that. Hey, you could be sold. Look,
I'm
if you a
just
senior
saying.
citizen,
All I'm
your
saying
check
is-
was cut short.
All I'm saying is something as small as, how can a fast food restaurant have 100 drink machine where you can get any drink? Nobody thinks about that. It was only supposed to be 6 different drinks that you could choose from.
Man.
Now it's 100.
Yeah, I've been right to take my cup and go through each one.
Right, it
Look,
makes it up
I have
right.
to mix flavors.
But now you can get a strawberry banana Coca-Cola or a Fanta orange pineapple. It's like, it's crazy. And that's the world that we live in. I mean, and again, if you think about it, in Portland, you can't pump your own gas.
Yeah, that's real.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Like if you get out, they look at you like you're crazy because being
right, you're
from
foreign.
watching, I'm
What?
like, wait a minute. No, we pump the gas here.
Hey.
What if it comes to the fact that there's a machine or a robot that starts pumping the gas for you?
It's gonna be crazy,
And,
man.
and,
Just
and that's
pull up
what
and
I'm
just connect to
that's what I'm saying. It's like less jobs for humans,
Right.
and they don't got to pay the AI because
They
they
don't gotta
created
pay
it.
it.
You know what that means? There's gonna be a lot more credible activity because people gotta eat still.
That's
Agreed.
a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Man.
fact.
People gonna be starving out here. It's gonna get to the point that they're gonna go somewhere to find that food, find that meal, man. And everybody's basically gonna be food out here, man. So you gotta
Dead
be
serious,
prepared.
bro. Look,
Hey, man,
it's crazy.
everybody's gonna be food.
Everybody's gonna
And-
Right.
That robot janitor at Walmart.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
with
that's true.
with them doing away with these gun laws, look, everybody, you're right. Everybody gonna be fooled. Like when
Yeah, it
they
is.
doing away with these gun laws, look, bro, sooner or later, look.
The craziest thing is that the Bible's just honestly being fulfilled. And
I agree.
if you actually read the book of Revelations, like it speaks about a lot of this stuff,
Man.
even from years past. And it's just like, I know a lot of times we even say as us being kids and now we're older, these are the last days and times. I mean, it's like just signs and wonders are continuing to happen. So we just gotta, like you said, RK, we gotta stay ready.
Yeah.
And you gotta keep your head on a swivel because we all have children that's still in school. Now, one of the luxuries is we're out of school. So we don't have to deal with that adversity. We have to work, but as adults, we can handle adversity. I mean, the kids that go through that and the different things of the teaching and the not, my kids haven't had homework all year.
Yeah, right.
My kids don't have homework.
They don't bring homework home.
I'm
Kids
like,
nowadays don't bring homework.
They do
home.
homework in class, so it doesn't be brought home, and we have to create things for them to do. That's the world we live in. Teachers are underpaid. That's why they were striking this year.
Yeah.
What if they say we don't need a teacher? We can have the AI
The robot.
be put in
Right.
place.
Stay home and learn.
Like I
Right.
said,
Or just put it on the screen.
like I said, the Jetsons.
Man.
You remember Rosie, the maid,
The little maid,
right?
the little vacuumer and everything,
and that's
like-
what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
the Jetson was speaking something to us
In the
way
future.
way
Right,
back
way back
when.
then. They say,
Right.
hey,
For this
once again, I'm telling you, if you have seen it in a television, in a commercial, in a cartoon, I'm pretty sure it's already been happening. I think this technology and stuff that we had nowadays that we're seeing, I think that's already been brought out. We're just coming to the point where now it's being brought out and it being exposed to us.
Right.
I think they already had their hands on this kind of stuff.
For sure.
But it's just being exposed to us more often now.
Yeah, they give it to us in
Little
snippets.
sm-
Right.
Yeah, and I think like we were talking about with the pandemic, I think that was just an opportunity for them to just slide in a load of this.
Yeah, and that's
Slide in a
we're
little
about to
bit.
talk about that in a second. But I want to know from you, our people out there. Talk to us about what you think about the AI's reading minds. That's we love to see comments, and then we can touch bases back with you guys on those things. That's actually scary. That's what's up. Hey, so let me ask everybody a question. Is the battle between AD and Joker what everybody wants to see? Do we want to see a Denver LA series? Or is Golden State going to clap back? And is the Phoenix Suns going to clap back? Because right now, Phoenix got the series at 2-2, and they look like they have the momentum right now.
DK, you tell us how you feel about it. What you think?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's some of the best playoff basketball I've seen in a long time, just as far as the raw talent
Individual play.
of these guys, of individual
Okay.
play.
And the
Like,
parity.
right. And you look at the Joker, where he looks like he's slow,
Unorthodox,
and
sloppy.
just, right, and just not the best in shape.
Right.
Where the
Yeah.
norm of a professional
norm.
athlete.
Right.
Okay, but he is one of the most dominant players we've seen in quite some time.
Tyson
And,
Fury
and you have to give
Fury
that
body.
that man had 54 points last night from the center position.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't
But-
been
but-
since his will.
Right, but he's
Like,
bringing the ball up the court
Yeah.
and he's making the passes to the guards. It's special to watch that type of talent.
It is.
It's special to watch. But as far as getting back to the series, I'd love to see both series go 7, just
Man.
for the sake of the basketball part of it.
Agree.
But I would like to see if LeBron can go ahead and put Golden
him
State
home.
out of their misery.
Agree.
Oh,
I mean, I
man.
said that for
Here
okay.
we go.
I said that for
Agree.
okay.
Hey, go ahead.
That's my personal
ahead.
opinion.
Yeah.
I just think that AD needs to get that monkey off his back because they everybody wants to say that the championship in the bubble
Agreed.
is
That's
a
where I was
fake
going.
championship. There's an asterisk. So
Right.
if the Lakers do it this time, then they say, okay, it's a real championship, and LeBron has 5, which he matches Kobe.
Agree.
Now, I would love to see that matchup with Durant and LeBron the next go around too, though.
But
That's my perspective. But Denver, the number 1 seed, what they're gonna do is 2-2, and they can't stop Durant and they can't stop Devin Booker.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know.
When
It's interesting.
Yeah, when you go back and look at that, the good thing that you make mention of that bubble series, but you remember the 4 finals teams, the 2 Western teams and the 2 Eastern teams?
Was it the teams that are in there now?
It was Denver versus Lakers already, and then there was Miami versus Boston. Those were the two. Those were the bubble teams
Yeah, it was,
that
you're
were
right.
playing against each other in the finals. And we seen Joker to get destroyed by AD, but that was a young AD. But at the same time, Murray in the bubble, Murray was cooking in the bubble.
was.
Murray was a problem in the bubble. But this Murray, he's been showing up here and there. But I'm like, man, I would love to see it. I just think only reason why I want to see it is because I think LA would destroy Denver. That's just my opinion.
I hear you.
I think they'll
LA
walk
would
through.
destroy
I don't.
them.
I don't.
I think that goes
I don't think
4-1.
nobody's destroying anybody this late in the game. This
Yeah,
my
I
perspective.
think-
But
I
I
think
feel
it's
you.
gonna be
With you being an LA fan,
I don't think it's a grind only because
it's a
I
grind.
think they have. I think this is my opinion.
Okay.
I think LA, this new look LA is very athletic and they're very long. They almost remind me of like a Syracuse. Remember how Syracuse always has that long defensive zone?
Hakeem Ward and Carmelo Anthony?
They're long.
Right.
Like all of them are long.
Even D'Angelo Russell's
long. He's a
6'5",
long guard.
6'5".
Yeah,
He's a long.
big,
He's a
yeah.
long. Not he's big, but he's long. Like
Yeah.
Shooter comes off the bench. He's long.
He reminds me of James Worthy or something like that.
Like they're long. Like their limbs is like
No,
right. They get to.
you're
So I'm like,
you're
that's
absolutely right.
That's the only reason why I think they are a threat to everybody else, and I think they're a threat in this Golden State series because we're not seeing as many passing lanes as there was in Game 2. Game 2, I thought KD or AD was slacking too much and letting Steph Curry just have passing lanes. That's why he went for like 13 assists because he had a whole bunch of passing lanes. Now the AD's been pressing up on him. Even if he's pressing up on him a little bit, just his lane, him just being in there with his hands, just being active. He's been getting to a lot of balls. It's been turning over. They've been turning over the ball and they've been out running. I think that's the same thing that happened today. What you think, R to the K?
If we talking about the Lakers and Golden State, man, I think that Darvin Ham did a heck of an adjustment. You know what I mean? I got to give him all the credit, man. That defensive adjustment that you just noted.
Yeah.
That was the move. But I think that the refs need to get out the way. Please.
Okay.
I would be happy if they just let him play. If they're gonna let him play, let him play. Don't blow the whistle and give superstar calls. If you're gonna let him play, let him play.
Who's getting the superstar calls, RK?
We don't we
Because
all
LeBron ain't getting the calls.
He definitely not.
LeBron ain't been as aggressive as AD.
He hasn't?
No.
Or he's getting hit a lot of times when not calling anything.
So is Steph.
And he's getting the foul calls. He's
No,
going to the free throw line.
not.
He's going to the free throw line.
not.
Yes, he
So
is.
the difference.
Look at that last game. How many times did
Yeah, last game
But
they just
no, that
they
was an
folded.
aberration.
They folded.
That was an aberration.
They
They, was,
folded.
and they gave up in the third. They gave up in the third quarter. Once they went on that run,
Well, they got frustrated. You see how many calls?
it was close
how
in the
many
third quarter.
times
But
they
once
go
they
to the
went on
line
like
by
that
the-
little run, no.
How many times?
So let me ask you this, okay?
How many times did they go to the line before
I
that
don't know
happened?
how many times, but how many times were they getting fouled? How many times was Draymond crying about fouling? Like
Agreed.
when he was fouling.
Agree.
How many times did he get ran over when he was outside the circle?
He wasn't playing it.
He wasn't playing.
No, he was not.
Okay,
His feet-
when they called the timeout, and they did
Challenged
this,
it.
They challenged it. They
Right,
were
they
wrong.
went to the view. They went to the
They
camera.
showed it. That one was wrong, but that was a frustration. He was frustrated by that point.
Why are you frustrated still, Draymond? You've been through this countless
Plenty
years.
of times.
Because
You're a
because
grown
you know
baby?
because the team knows they're not getting no call. They see AD getting to go to the line several times,
He's
and nobody
getting-
else is getting called.
he's getting hammered.
Nobody else is getting called.
Is
but
he not?
AD
Is AD not getting
called.
hammered?
Everybody's getting hammered. It's the playoffs.
But you're speaking of AD specifically, so I'm going to talk about him.
No. We can't talk about him in a vacuum because
No.
everybody's getting hammered,
That's
but
who-
he's
that-
the only one getting called.
That's not true.
Look at the numbers.
Look at the foul calls.
I would agree to where you're coming from, but at the same time, who on Golden State is going to the hoop like that to get those fouls called?
Because Clay ain't.
Who? Because Clay ain't, Wiggins ain't, Draymond ain't.
Well, you know
Who's going to there to get the fouls called?
You know,
did you hear it?
You know why? But after you went 2 quarters, 3 quarters, right?
Yeah.
And you're not getting no calls, and the frustration starts to set in. 2 texts.
You're a professional.
No, look.
Do you know
got
who-
2 texts? 2 texts were called against them guys. By that time, they had been, AD had been to the line how many times?
Do you know who the 32nd ranked 32nd ranked free throw attempts team was in the NBA at the end of the
You
season?
can't talk regular
Do you know who
season,
that
man.
was?
It's the playoffs.
I'm just saying. Do you know
We
who the
gotta go
30?
series by
That's a fact.
Do you know who
series,
the
game by game.
32nd? Golden State was the 32nd defense that took free throws this year. 32nd in the league. They had the least amount of attempts in the league. Why? Because there's nobody on their team who attacks the basket for them to get to the free throw line. They took the least amount of free throws.
That plays a huge part.
Do you know who the number 1 free throw shooting team was? LA, because they got nothing but people but attacking the basket. It has nothing to do with the. They are
So you saying
going.
their style of play? Just
Their style of play is going to the basket.
But we got jump shooters, right?
That's all right. Who led the league in
So-
3-pointers?
If jump shooters,
Golden State.
If calls
gotta-
are being called, you think these guys aren't being touched when they taking shots?
No.
Are we gonna say that though?
No, I'm not going to.
You
Hold
gonna say
on.
that
I'm not
guys
going to
are
say
being
that.
touched
I'm
when
going
they
to say
taking
this.
shots.
I'm going to say
That's
this.
all I'm saying.
They're getting those foul calls on those jump shots too.
They are.
And but then
Steph Curry was
a lot of the shots though, RK, if you're watching the series,
Well, this
hold on.
I'm only talking about the last
they're
game.
missing their
talking
jumpers.
about the last game.
They're missing the jump
They
shots.
are missing a lot of jump
right.
shots.
They're
Yes,
missing,
they are.
and all I'm saying is, if AD is the aggressor, and we said this in the beginning, he's a matchup nightmare.
Right.
So how do you guard him? You can't.
If you're Golden State.
But the refs can still see if he's barreling down the lane and running over people that they should be able to call fairly.
They could call
right?
it. He got a couple charges against him.
And they go to the monitor and they say it's a charge.
And then he's right.
That's
They go to the monitor and they'll call it a charge.
Hold on, okay.
saying?
Here's the other point.
But maybe I'm just a Golden State fan.
No.
But
No, you're not wrong because they were shooting.
I know you guys would like to see the Lakers get back to the finals.
No, but here,
Would you-
but I'm
yes or
talking.
no?
I'm talking about.
Yes or no?
That's not the question.
Yes
right
or
now.
no?
The question
Yes
is
or
right
no?
now.
I would like to see AD versus Joker. I would love to see.
The question.
That's my
The
opinion.
question is right now is why with AD when he is the aggressor, he's going to get the foul calls because he's
Agreed.
getting hit because it's a matchup nightmare. He made Steve Kerr take Kevin Looney out
Out
the
of the
game,
game.
and you couldn't start him.
That's true, but he had how many fouls does Kevin Looney have?
I don't know, but I'm saying he didn't start him.
He
what
didn't
I'm-
start him that
right,
last
So what I'm
game.
saying
No, he
is,
didn't.
you
Yeah.
know what the Lakers did? What LeBron said? This is what we're going to do, Golden State. We're not going to guard Kevon Looney, and we're not going to guard Draymond Green. So
Nope.
we're going to play 3-on-5 on defense.
Yep.
But I think you say he took Kevin Looney out, but I think he took Looney out because it went small because it worked so well at the end of last.
Right, but
Right,
what I'm saying, but
right.
he's the leading rebounder in the playoffs.
Agree.
Yeah, but if it was working in the game too, they thought they had something going. You know, it's all about adjustments.
And guess what happened? Steve Kerr, that was a mistake.
But Looney-
That was a
He got beat
mistake.
by almost 40.
Right.
Yeah.
And Looney,
There was nobody rebounding. Lakers is going down the lane.
all down the lane.
Having it their way.
Just like you said, they were barreling down the lane.
Yeah.
And they were barreling into who?
And getting all
Draymond
the
Green. Draymond Green is 6'6". What is it? 6'9", 6'8"?
6'7".
All right, we'll say 6'8". We'll
6'7".
We'll say 6'7". 6'7", Charles Barkley.
So
then you got 87 foot. Come on, bro.
And you say, so how are the smaller guys getting the fouls then?
The smaller guys are not getting a foul
If
on
they're
jump.
barreling down the lane,
They're not.
How's the smaller guy supposed to defend them guys?
They can.
Well, again, you
They,
got
all they can do is foul.
You can know you
All they
got
can do is foul.
you got
So you're admitting that the refs are calling fouls for the other team.
I'm telling you this.
There you go.
They are. I'm not
I didn't
admitting.
say that.
I'm
I
not
didn't say-
admitting that they're
I
calling.
didn't say that.
I'm saying the only
I
way
didn't
that
say
they're playing D, the only way they can play D is either a bucket or a foul. They are the least. They shoot the least free throws.
That's because
in
they're
the NBA.
They're a jump shooting team. We all know
Agree.
that.
So how do you get fouls called if you're a jump shooting team? That's all I'm asking.
If you get fouled, it should be called.
Where are you getting fouled at on jump shots?
But see, I'm not even.
You're going to get the
I
foul
think-
calls
I
if
think
you're the aggressor.
I think the point.
Agreed.
But in the playoffs, there's superstar calls and there's not.
And so who's not getting a
Are there
superstar
not?
call?
No, you're right. You're right.
That's all
However,
I'm saying.
Steph is getting some of those phantom calls too. So is Clay.
I haven't seen him.
Steph is getting them, but not Clay.
Are you watching the series?
I haven't seen Clay get them,
I've
but I have seen
Clay shoot crazy
Yeah.
jumpers, and they said he's getting fouled
Agree.
on the jumper, and he's walking back like, yeah, I'm supposed to get that.
Right, I've seen Steph do it plenty of times though. Like
I
with the
haven't seen
cheesy smell, like I got one, like I got away with
I
one.
haven't seen it.
Stop.
Man.
I don't.
Go look at game 3 or game when they blew him out.
But
Game
I'm
2.
gonna be honest with you. Back to the main topic of the subject is, I don't really want to see a Joker AD series. I want to see a
Hey,
Kevin
KD,
Durant, LeBron
LeBron.
James series. I think they got unfinished business in the fact of when KD went to Golden State and they won. I think it's a revenge thing. Like, I don't think LeBron cares who it is.
Yeah.
But at the same
Yeah.
token, me myself, I'd rather see Phoenix. I think they'll put up a better fight because Denver don't got enough to me to beat the Lakers. You got the Joker, but that ain't enough to beat LA.
So then let me ask you this:
I
Is
agree
it?
with you.
I 100% agree with him, but I think neither one has enough.
You may be right, but I like.
You
I
don't think
like.
Phoenix has enough?
No. Have you seen Phoenix's defense or Phoenix's bench in these playoffs? Their bench is probably only averaging like 12 points this whole playoff. I'm not talking about in that last game.
Yeah.
This last game, I think they had like 40 because Shaman went off for like 18 or 15 in the fourth quarter.
True,
But
you're right.
But their before them games, they were only averaging 12 points from the bench. If they don't get anything from Aiden, Booker, or CP when he was there, CP and then KD, they get nothing from the bench.
Yeah.
Lakers get a lot from the bench. Like,
No, you're right.
when they have to sit, there's no way I think KD goes through a whole series against Lakers and average 40 minutes. There's no way that happens. He'll be too tired by games 4, 5, and 6.
I'd love
I
to
don't
see
even think
it.
they're going to have him defending.
I love. He got to have to stick LeBron.
Who's gonna defend him?
Nah, he'll put him on, what's his name?
Who?
Somebody else.
Who's gonna defend him?
They got to guard each other.
Right.
I don't think so.
Who do you put on him?
I don't think KD could guard
He
LeBron.
can't. You're right. I agree.
It goes back and forth with each other. It's
But
tough.
LeBron's going to be, KD can do them jump shots, but I don't know, man.
All I'm saying is, that's what I would rather. But
Yeah.
we don't know. The series is tied 2-2,
Yeah.
and so if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But I'm just saying, I would like to. I would like to see that though. I mean,
So-
that's just my opinion.
So, looking at the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about the moves Rob Pelinka
Oh, man.
made? Do you think that because he was in the oven for a while. He was in the
He
grease.
was.
for,
I
you know what I'm
agree.
saying?
He was
getting
about to
cooked.
fire that Joker,
Yeah,
for
they was
real.
about to walk him out the door.
Dead
So-
serious.
be
Like,
honest
give
with
me
you?
your walking papers, bro. For real.
There's a thing.
Man.
There's a thing called Laker Nation, and when all the former
big-
alumni and
I used
former
to- I used to
players,
live in LA.
Magic Johnson.
yeah, and the fact
the
that
names
you got
start coming
Shaquille
back.
O'Neals,
Yeah.
the Magics, the Kareems, the Jerry
Yeah.
West. You know what I'm saying? Those type of caliber of players, they give their insight
Yeah.
and they give their input. So LeBron has a certain say so.
He does. He
But
does.
when you get a D'Angelo Russell
Man.
and you get Dennis Schroeder back, that changes the dynamics because those are two guards that can score both ways. So
Both.
LeBron sometimes can rest
Agree.
while they go and they can get buckets.
Agree.
I think that
And
was
Vanderbilt
smart.
was
Oh
huge.
my! Listen, don't try to take. Bro,
Go ahead, you can have it. You can have it.
Let
You
me
can have
chime
it.
in.
You can have
Because
it.
to me,
You can
I
have
think
it.
that
Yeah, they're so
I was like-
elated about
I'm
the
like,
Lakers.
look, wait, just hold on. Let me get because to me, I think the biggest move out of all of them, the most impact is I love D'Angelo because he could score, and I love Shooter because he could score, and they both defend. But I think just the energy, they need that spark, that energy, like a Russell Westbrook, because he brought the energy, but his mind wasn't there. Vanderbilt brings that energy off. You need that grinder. You need that hustler. You need that, like, anything you need me to do, I'm willing to do it. You need that. And I think that's what Vanderbilt brought. Him being like 6'9",
6'9",
long, like being able to defend wings.
with no
and
agenda.
even-
Plays with no agenda.
None. No, he's no agenda. Like,
No
what you
agenda.
need me to do, I'm doing. And so I'm thinking, like, bringing him on, sky's the limit.
They got what they did was they got players to really complement
Buy-in.
LeBron and AD.
Yes.
They let them two be the
Yes, they
guys,
did.
and everybody else. Then Austin Reeves has just emerged.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Hey,
that guy came out of nowhere.
This isn't a
Yeah.
racial thing, but any white person that LeBron plays with, like any white I'm like, they get paid. Like, you gotta think of what's the dude from Donovan Matthews?
Mike Miller,
The
Mike
Steph
Miller.
Curry stopper, Matt Miller,
Right.
Kevin Love. Like,
Right.
the list is long. Like, bruh, this dude take white people, ain't no disrespect. He takes what's the head man? Caruso. He takes white people and they get paid. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what it is. Like, white people just turn up when it comes with LeBron. Like,
But I mean, it's interesting. Like I said, the East is wide open right now,
Yeah.
and the West is still wide open. I mean, obviously, the game is being played right now, or at 7:30 with the Lakers, and that series could easily be tied up 2-2.
Yeah.
and then everything
All
is
of them
looking
tied,
looking
too.
crazy.
well,
you know what I'm
depending
saying?
on what New York did tonight, but,
Right,
but
right,
all of them could be
right.
too.
So we just don't know. Next, I got a question for you guys: is James Harden hurting or helping the Sixers?
What you think, R to the K?
And you know that's a loaded question for me, man, because he just put up numbers the last game, but I don't know. I feel like James Harden is playing like he wants to be asked to play. Like
You got to unpack that for me.
And I say that what I'm saying is that he comes in and he plays, and he plays. They ask him, "Oh yeah, just play the conventional point guard role," and he does that. He's not out there hooping every night, throwing it all on the line every night. To me, seems like he does what it takes to win. He does, he helps Embiid out, but he's not. There's times where he's not hooping like we know he can hoop.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, when it's like we need you, James Harden, then he puts on a cape and comes out and starts putting up numbers like we know he can.
Okay.
Like, what were you waiting for this whole time? You guys could have probably, I can't say you would have ran over Boston by no means, but Embiid is out there looking like he needs help. There's
Okay.
no reason why he should have lost that game as the MVP, getting his award that night. They were in that game and he needed help.
They should have won that game.
They should have
You're
won
right.
that game.
He doesn't need the okay from Embiid no more. He's not there, so he just does it. But I think when Embiid's on the floor, I think Embiid needs to just be like, at times, bro, I just can't do it. Here, yeah, I'm giving you the okay. Almost like the same thing was what LeBron does to AD. For some reason, I be feeling like when AD's out there by himself, AD goes as a monster. AD, when LeBron was hurt, AD was going for like 30, 38, and like killing 38 and 20. I'm like, dang, who's this AD? But when LeBron's there, LeBron puts the battery in AD's back like, AD, well, I need you, bro. I'm giving you the okay. Take over. And I don't think Embiid embraces Harden as much to say, Harden, this is your team right now. They're double teaming me. Go do your thing. Go get off. And that's why Harden's at the free throw line just, or at the 3-point line, just gliding, giving Embiid the ball at the high post, but then he just kind of slacks off and be like, if you give me the ball back, I give it back. I don't think Embiid has said, Harden, this is your team. Go cook.
I think the
Go cook.
perspective has changed now, and let me tell you why. Doc Rivers said he gave him a CD.
Oh yeah, the gospel
To a
song.
gospel song. And
Yeah.
he listened to it for 7. It was 7 minutes. He's like, "Do you know what your what is it? Do you know your name?
Yeah, do you know my name?
Do you know my name?" And he listened to it, and the coach got to put the battery in the back because he was preaching Embiid is the first option.
Agree.
Yeah.
So Embiid may not be that guy that says, "Come on, James." He might not be that guy. So Doc Rivers, which is the head of that snake,
Yeah.
has to create the buzz and put the battery in the back of him. So I think James from here on out will show that he's still James Harden. I think he's one of the most unstoppable players in the NBA, regardless of what you like in his style of play or not. Who cares? He's proved it years in and years out. He's an MVP in this league, and he's carried teams by himself with no help multiple times.
Agreed.
So I don't think that part of it changes. I think when you go to certain teams, your role can change in how you play.
Yeah.
Perfect example is Russell Westbrook goes to the Clippers,
Right.
and all of a
That's
sudden he's
completely
getting
different.
30 again. Like people thought that he couldn't score anymore. No, it's the narrative that's
He's
created
embraced. I
based off
agree.
of with the team and the role that you play on those
Agree.
teams. So when you're in those situations where you got a team that embraces you, why
Agree.
was Paulo able to
Agree.
be who he is? Because Orlando embraced the fact that this is our number one pick,
Right.
and we are going to ride his back.
Right.
Yeah.
period. And he lived up to expectations.
And that's the coach.
Yeah.
That's the coach, and that's the culture of what's
Agreed.
being. That's the general manager.
Yeah.
That's the owner.
Agreed.
This is what we're doing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
And
So
go ahead.
So in essence, I'm not really wrong with it. Then they kind of had to ask Harden to step up. He was waiting to come out and do this, do what he could do, right?
Yeah.
He was waiting for that. He was waiting to be asked to be able to do
I think
it.
I think it's in two folds. If you
Agreed.
ask me, I
Me
think
too.
it's the
Me
fact
too.
that he doesn't want to step on Embiid's toes because
Right.
he was the MVP,
He's the team.
and we're feeding the horse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll be the backup rider. No, we need two people to ride the
Yeah,
horse.
Wingers, bro.
yeah,
Right,
one
right.
day,
We need-
yeah.
Right. We
Not a
need
one and two
right,
wingers,
right. Any good team has to have two good players to
Right,
help lead.
right.
There could be one main, but
Agreed.
there's somebody else got to pick up the slack when the other
Agreed.
one is lacking.
If that communication isn't being made, if that wasn't used initially, then that could have been what drove Ben Simmons crazy.
No,
Nah, Ben
what
Simmons-
that's
If
a
he's not be-
whole
if he's
nother
not-
discussion.
if he's playing,
That
if
is
he's not hooping,
okay. R to the K.
and something's not there, then he's not be.
R to the K.
I'm wondering
Hey.
what's going on because something drove that man crazy.
Ben Simmons was this way, I think, out of college. I think Ben Simmons was a 6'10" like guard that just did what he wanted to do at LSU, did what he wanted to do at AAU, and then when he got to the NBA, like Embiid was the man, and that was they have the trust the process. Like Embiid was the man there the whole time. I think Ben Simmons needed to go to a team like a Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, like a Detroit, where there's nobody that's a leader there, and then he can come into the role and be the superstar. I think him coming along a superstar, him being able to fit in there, that was tough for him. James Harden, on the other hand, James Harden already showed in Houston, I can carry a team. In OKC, even coming off the bench, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Okay, even when OKC, when everybody started, he was
Tough.
he was very tough. Even at Arizona State,
Tough.
He was very tough. So
Tough.
we've seen him be able to do this. But I think, as like I said, him coming along Embiid in Philadelphia, it's like you say, we need two engines. And his mindset is he's an engine. He can go at any time.
Yeah.
He can go. He can go get it.
And he's with the NBA that they play in that league, you can't touch. So it's too
He can
hard
go.
to guard. He's 6'5", and
Right.
he can do everything.
Everything.
And that's just
And
the part that just truly amazing.
And
Like
it's a tank.
James Harden, man, keep going, bro.
Keep going.
Keep
like,
going, bro.
dead serious.
Get your team to where they need to get to.
I think in one season, when we were talking about free throws, because the way he plays, I think in 1 year, I think he was averaging like 13 free throws.
For sure.
When he had like 34 points a game, he
For
was
sure.
13 of them free throws
For
a
sure.
game. Yourself.
That's a fact.
That's because he was bringing it to him.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's his game. But
the way he plays, I don't see him getting injured much, man. So I
'Cause
think
he's a tank.
Yeah.
Only one time he gets injured when he's out of shape, and then he pulls something
Pull a hammy
because he
club.
definitely
It's all ligaments.
from I'm not gonna say I know him enough, but it seems like he likes to party. Is what I say.
Look.
I think he's a rock star. I think he likes to party a
Hey,
little bit.
you
man.
telling me he's a
You know what I'm
baby?
saying?
He's a baby Dennis Rodman?
I can't speak. I ain't gonna say that. But I'm gonna
'cause
say.
Dennis Rodman was bad, what?
No, Dennis Rodman was on some.
He was out
He was on
there.
some other
Boy.
stuff. He did it during playoff the finals. He had to go to Vegas during the
But
finals.
at the same time, that's
that's something
what Harden
Yeah.
did. Harden was just there Tuesday.
No, this
Yes.
is not the finals.
Oh, I'm gonna say this is playoffs.
It
He
is
was
playoffs.
he
He
was
did
just
take
there
a trip to
Tuesday.
Did he?
was,
Did he?
yeah.
And Doc
That's
Rivers
what he's
said-
allowed to do.
Doc
In the-
Rivers
in
said
the-
Rodman did it. Go ahead.
Right.
Hey, I feel it. You gotta
Gotta
let.
do what
Sometimes
you
you
gotta
gotta let
do.
people be who they are.
Yeah.
Because did Rodman miss a beat in the finals?
Didn't miss a beat.
He didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat.
See, Harden came back hooping.
Yeah,
He did come back. hooping. He said he needed to get him some wings. Who was that in the strip club?
that was Lou Williams.
Oh, that was Lou Williams. He said, I gotta
What kind
give
of
you
wings
some
was it, RK? Lemon pepper? What was it called? Lou Williams said the lemon pepper special.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in the bubble.
That's
In the
right.
bubble.
That's
Bubble,
right.
Yeah, in the
Go
bubble.
get it.
Hey man,
Man.
Jalen Hurts contract.
Man.
We talked about Jalen Hurts contract before, but his agent Nicole Lynn actually helped Lamar Jackson. Now we've been talking about Lamar Jackson for a couple different shows,
Yeah.
and now he finally
Got it done.
got it done where he's the highest paid NFL player in NFL history.
Yeah.
Expound on that, gentlemen.
Man, I seen this article, what I'm saying, about this, and I kind of thought that I agree with it, man. It seemed like that deal that Jalen Hurts did opened the door for him to get his deal done. So he didn't have to go after what was done in Cleveland and mimic his deal after that, because everybody said that was so far-fetched for them to even give Deshaun Watson all that money. So I think that her closing that deal, with Jalen Hurts, getting that deal done gave Lamar Jackson the runway to be able to negotiate with some reasonable terms.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch to credit her with that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talk
I
experiment
just
on
think
it.
that I think it works. You know what I mean? I think it fits. Maybe it wasn't a direct assist, but I think he was able to take that and say, okay, I can build off that.
If he did that, I could do this.
I can do this.
Right, because I've been an MVP in this league.
Right.
And I've carried a franchise that was minimum to nothing.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
took him to a Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay.
And I think
okay.
when you stack both of them side by side, the only person that could have been comparable to Lamar Jackson could have been a Jalen Hurts. And if Jalen Hurts got his done,
I agree.
it was like they were looking for a contract of a player like I will say what's Arizona's Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
He never took a team to the championship, or he never was MVP. So when he got his money, it was like his what he's done, the accolades that he has didn't compare to a Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But I think once Jalen Hurts got his done, it was like, okay, well, here, I'm going to bring somebody to the table who's been doing the same thing, almost the same things I've been doing, took the team from here to here. Like, he's showing a track record of what the individual has done. So that's why I think the deal had got done. I think, in my perspective, like I said before, the only team that could have paid Lamar Jackson, we could have did a Russell Wilson contract also, because I think Lamar Jackson kind of was in that Russell Wilson kind of Jalen Hurts ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the only team that I think that could have paid Lamar Jackson this money would have been Baltimore. I think Baltimore is paying him and gave him this contract of what he's done. He couldn't have gone to another team and I say, let me pay you for what you've done because you ain't done anything here yet. I think with Baltimore giving him this money, it's like, Lamar Jackson, we hope that you continue to do, and we hope that you continue on the same trajectory that you're on, but I'm going to give you this money, some of it for what you've done, and also some of it for what you can do for us. Yeah.
You agree with that, RK?
I do.
That's good perspectives, though, Dwayne. That's
Yeah.
good perspective.
It's like it's almost a thing where we know what you did and we owe you.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In order to make it right.
yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Because Russell Wilson
right.
did that same thing. Russell
Right.
Wilson was on his rookie contract when they took him he was on the rookie contract when he took him to the Super Bowl. I think when they won the Super Bowl twice. Yeah. But they didn't pay him yet. I think he was only making like $300,000.
Yeah, he waited kind of last to get paid.
And then
then when he got paid, everybody was
Exactly.
like, why did they pay him so much?
Exactly.
He did
For what
take
you
us
done
to
for
Super-
us.
Right.
Didn't get it from another team. We're gonna pay you for what you have done
So
for us.
don't the franchise owe if you put
I
on
agree.
if you put
I
on for
agree.
the-
Yeah,
for
so
the
you
city?
You should.
quarterback? Yeah.
You should.
Because originally they frowned upon Harbaugh and those guys taking Lamar Jackson
Yeah,
out
they
of
did
Louisville.
because he was the 30th pick.
wow.
He wasn't. They thought he was gonna go second round.
Right.
But Baltimore traded up to go get him with the 30th with the last
remember
pick.
out of Louisville
Yeah.
when he won the Heisman,
Yeah.
it was he can't throw. He can
Yeah.
only run because he was in college. He was
Run
running
over
for
everybody.
300 yards and
Right.
throwing for 100,
Man.
but he had like 6 touchdowns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In the game, like,
Right,
serious, like, bro,
right.
like, you passed for like 150 yards, but
Right.
bro, you ran for 500.
Right. He was the running back and the
was.
quarterback. So when you look at it, and that everybody, the naysayers always say because it's a quarterback that's black and he's running that he can't throw. I mean, that narrative, why hasn't that been nipped in the bud? We've had so many quarterbacks that shown that they could. Donovan McNabb,
Yeah.
Randall Cunningham,
Yeah.
Michael Vick. The list
Yeah.
goes on and on. These guys have all
Yeah.
did their part in order to show that you can do both.
Yeah.
Now you have the Jalen Hurts and you have the Lamar Jackson of the world that's arguably up there in that top 10 as the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Agree.
What does Josh Allen do?
Right.
He
All
does
it
the same thing.
Yeah.
He does the same thing as them. That's
Yeah.
the quarterbacks that are, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not the traditional Tom Brady's anymore,
Right.
where it's just the drop back 3 or 5 steps, they can throw a laser dart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a new era of football that's coming along. Just like that quarterback that's at the UW, he's special.
Yeah.
Who's
Pick,
that?
is it Penix?
Pickett. Penix.
No, it's
What is
P.
his name?
It's something with a P. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
But
P.
he's
He's a black quarterback too. He's lefty too.
He's tough.
Like, very like you say. I think
He's
he led the nation this year in touchdown passes
Yeah,
and
he's
yards.
tough. And he
led
came
it
back
for a 5th year because he had a COVID year.
because the NIL deal
Yeah.
is going to take care of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? When you got that
Yeah.
NIL behind you, it's
Yeah.
just, man, you could play college
Yeah.
sports. Think about
He
it.
had got hurt on his knee.
Imagine being rich in college. What do you normally hear college kids? They're starving college kids
That's why they
that are playing
going to the pro.
Right, that are
to take
playing
care of the
to get to
family.
the pros.
Yeah.
So now the narrative has changed where these college stars are millionaires already, but they still get to live the college life.
Yeah.
That's the best of both worlds.
Right.
Why do you want to go to the NBA?
Yeah. That's what Age Reese is. That's why she's like Angel
just
Reese
like,
is
right.
like, I'm not going.
Yeah, she
I'm
ain't
doing
tripping at all.
Hey, what about this though? I don't know if y'all heard about it yet. Just to change the pivot of it, but y'all hear she was on a sports swimsuit or swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated. The first
Angel
college,
Reese?
Yes, the first
she's
college.
getting her money, dog.
She's the first college athlete to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
She's
And
getting her
she's
money.
a college athlete.
crazy.
She's getting
Usually-
her money. And,
yeah.
and the coach, I embrace it all.
she-
Now they
yeah.
just got Haley Van Lith.
Yeah, Kim Mulkey, she's
They got Haley Van Lith from Louisville.
yeah,
They're gonna win again.
yeah.
Man.
They're just loading up, and I think that it's good for the women to put Sue Bird and them guys paved the way for this.
Yeah.
You know,
UConn has dynasties.
They paved the way for this for these young ladies to be in the same limelight as these young men. They deserve it.
Agreed.
Angel Reese said, just like, what about the what's her name? They play for Iowa. What's her name? Clark.
Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark is an automatic. She's a Steph Curry of college basketball.
Yeah.
What?
She's a Steph Curry of college basketball.
Yeah, see, I'm totally not hip, man.
Oh man, yeah, you
know
got
what
to
I'm saying?
take a look, RK, when you get a chance, bro, and look at some of Caitlin Clark's stuff that she did for Iowa this past year. It was
Bananas.
unbelievable. It was special.
Yeah.
It was really special. But shout out to you, Lamar Jackson, man. I am elated in the fact, my brother, that you signed that contract, man. You deserve everything that they're giving you, bro.
Also, to the young lady who did the contract for him. Mother's Day is happening this Sunday. Man, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Blessings. I hope blessings after blessings after blessings. I hope you guys take care of your mothers out there. Man, hey, there's a whole bunch of powerful women out here. Where would we be without powerful mothers? Man, I love mines. Blessings. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. You know.